Hello, hello. How are you doing? This is Tirra, your goddess guru, and I'm here to share wisdom to help you have the best week you can possibly have. It's time for us to be walking around feeling like we're not certain of what's going to happen, to claim our wisdom, to claim our power. How are you doing out there, dear sister? Goddesses, here I am. I am using a software to log on, so I'm just like coming in like I'm all cool and everything. Got a little music playing in the background. How y'all doing? Feeling like a DJ right here, baby. Team of one. Hello, Eileen Emi Atkins. Hello, Maddox. How's everybody doing this evening? So happy to connect with you all and to talk about some wisdom to lead, guide, and direct you. Y'all know I'm all about the the wisdom, understanding the wisdom, living according to traditional ways as modern day women in this world. And so part of how we do that is, hey, we grab onto the wisdom. We make sure that we are listening to the stars, the moon, our intuition, so that we continue on. Let's call it a spiral. A lot of times I say the straight and narrow, but let's talk about ascending on the divine feminine spiral. And so that's what I want to share with you all today. Just some wisdom, some affirmations, astrology to assist you in having the best week possible. Because you know what? You all are amazing. I appreciate you. So, also, hello to Zellico. Happy to have you here. Yes, the goddess guru. Glad you like the intro, Eileen. Hello, hello, goddess Rachel. Welcome. So, and also hello to all of the hashtag replay queens. I appreciate you also. I always love it when I see other people have watched and commented. It makes my day. So we're in this week of February. We'll start off with the 6th is when it started, and it will go through the 12th. At the end of the day, we're always going to see people who are experiencing issues and hard times, quite frankly. And however, what I will say is that the energy is very supportive for everybody right now. It's an energy that is about action, moving forward. We felt like we were in, let me know if you agree with me. It felt literally like we were, well, let me not say literally. I've never been in quicksand, but it felt like what I would imagine quicksand is like. It's like I'm trying to move forward and I can't. Y'all remember those of us raised up in the 70s and 80s watching the little quicksand, maybe even the 60s watching the quicksand. The people go down in the quicksand. I don't even know if that's a thing now, but nowadays it's just a slow-mo camera. And so now we have this energy that is about forward movement. Venus is direct, Mercury is direct. And it's like a lot of strong and powerful wisdom this week. Hello, Peg. How are you? It's a lot of strong and powerful wisdom going on, energy going on this week. We have what I will tell y'all that is working in your favor if you feel like I feel stuck, and that's something that we'll be talking about a little bit too. Is we have Mars in Capricorn. And when Mars is in Capricorn, it's better than good. It's the kind of forward movement that you can take, very strategic, yielding great results. It makes you feel like okay if you have some heavy lifting that you got to do in your life. It could be heavy lifting in your emotions or heavy lifting in your mindset and in your body, right? Some heavy lifting maybe with some struggles that you have or just on the path to get to where you want. It's some heavy lifting and Mars in Capricorn makes it like, yeah, let's do that. So we have a lot of energy this week that's just amazing. Thank you, Eileen. Yes, Eileen is like the unofficial PR lady. We're gonna call you the official PR lady, Eileen. You be coming through for us, sister. Love Eileen. Thank you, Queen. Yes, please, y'all, go on ahead. If you haven't already like the video, share it, and yeah, comment. Let's have a conversation. Um, yeah, let's have a conversation. Okay, so let me show y'all this chart that I like to use. This is Planet Watcher, which this is not necessarily my favorite website, but anywho, I need to quit saying that because I keep going here. But there's nothing like I don't know anyone, I don't know a website like this yet, so I have to stick with Planet Watcher. So like I was saying, we have Mars and Venus, Mercury, Pluto. They're all here in Capricorn. So that's a lot of energy that is all about success. In mindfulness, I'm realizing it's certain things that we want to consider, and we do want to consider this notion of non-striving, although we do want to take action, but we want to make sure that we're feeling like what I'm doing really makes a difference, and this is taking me in the direction of where I desire to be. So it's just a step. It's as Yanla's book said from a long time ago, it's just in the meantime. So yeah, I encourage you all to just know that this energy is so much about success, and you want it. You want to get there. You want to arrive. It's also about resolving karma. So that's something else that I will put out there to you all, that, it might be some of your stuff is coming up regarding karma. Could be something regarding relationships. It could be something regarding your mind or your mindset. It could maybe some idea that you had that you didn't take any action on, and so now it's kind of coming back to bite you in the butt or something like that. Because Capricorn can speak to karma and resolving karma. So this is like I'm willing to face my karma and do what I need to do in order to get to where I want to be. And all of this is coming straight from this astrology. So that's something else to consider. Is there a limiting belief that this is getting you a certain result, and maybe you want to use this time with all this energy in Capricorn, and especially this week, to release that limiting belief and take on one that is more empowering, especially regarding what it is, where it is you want to be successful in your life. And it could also be that maybe you have an agreement that has rendered you certain results. Like, if we really want to know what kinds of agreements are we in, another way we can look at it as what kind of agreements are we not in. Something else we can consider is boundaries. Like, how am I honoring my boundaries? What boundaries really need to be there? What boundaries are missing that would greatly assist me? This is a month, especially this week, where you may feel, well, I'm just going to say the whole month actually, where you'll feel like, I I'm going to go on ahead and address all of this. I'm going to make a change and just get it done, because looking at what you've agreed to or not agreed to that would benefit you, looking at your boundaries or any boundaries that may be missing that would assist you, once those are put into place, once you get the boundaries and the agreements, what do you agree to? Maybe even what do you believe? Once you are clear about, this is how I need to shift this around, then what will happen is once you begin to adopt a new way, this energy of Mars and Capricorn is going to be helping you to manifest the desires that you want, Venus. So tell me what y'all think about what I just said. I want to know, did that make sense? Because I realize I talk a lot. And I have a mind that can just keep going. Mercury is in Pisces for me in my natal chart, and I can. It's like boundless up there. I could just keep talking. So yeah, let me know what y'all think about this. It's a week of empowerment. I would say, what's one empowering thought that you need to think that will help you to just get a little bit further down the road. Let me know in the chat whether you're watching live or in the replay. All right. Very good questions to ponder and answer. And now you have an action plan. Okay. So I would say the overall feeling tone for this week is, let's see here, trine, conjunction. It's intensity. However, the kind of intensity that will come, it'll be like you get some ingenious idea about something, right? It'll just be like, wow, where the world did that idea come from? And now it's your job to not dismiss it, but to see what's really in it for you, right? I'm here for the empowerment. Yes. Live. Or is that live, Eileen? Beautiful. Yes. The empowerment is what I encourage you to understand this week, well, period, that empowerment is an inside job. It's really that you just begin to tell yourself, well, I have the power to do this. This is what I'm empowered to do. And you only operate from that place of empowerment. That is very important. We have so many rules for living, and some have been handed to us like this is what's possible for you. But when we actually start playing around with it, it's like, no, I'm empowered to do whatever I want in my life. And that's what I do. Right. So I am more than my fears. My fears do not exist outside my head. Oh, that is so good, Rachel. Wow. Today, Rachel, I heard someone say, how did they say it? It was something to the effect of a lot of us are worried about the future, and we're not realizing that the moment that we're in right now is the greatest indicator for what we are going to experience in the future. So it behooves us to just be focused on like right now, right here. Is there really anything to fear? Like right now in this moment. And I remember this is part of how I began to get into mindfulness. I would tell this to myself. I'm like, I know I have like 10,000 fears of all these possibilities that might happen, but right here, right now, in this moment, I'm good. Like, seriously, I'm really, really good. So, what can I do in this moment? Right. For some of us, the thing to do in that moment is just to take note of the next moment or to take note of the next moment, or maybe in this moment, it's like, well, I can get up and I can go wash my dishes, or I can get up and I can go take a walk, or I can begin to work on this project that I'm like freaking out about. Is anybody going to like it? Am I going to get paid, or, is it going to work out? Well, let's just focus on right here, right now. What can you do for the project right here, right now? And we have to command our minds to go in the direction that we say the mind is going to go. We can't just let our minds just go racing and all of that. Yes. Live your best life now. Love it. Yes. Live your best life now. It's the only way. It's really the only moment we have. Glad you needed that, Maya. Virgo Bliss. I am here right now. I've been having to say this a lot lately. My mind is elsewhere more times than not. Yes. It's very easy. As a matter of fact, I think it's part of, mm, I think it's always been part of the human nature to have our minds racing like that. Not always, but for millennia at this point, for our minds to race like that. Because if it wasn't, then we wouldn't have Buddhist priests. I mean, Buddhism, I should say, not Buddhist priests. We wouldn't have Buddhism. Um, trance wouldn't have been such a big thing in certain spiritual systems. So, because you're not going to manifest anything, with the mind racing. Magic occurs when we allow our minds to calm down and settle. And a thing that I remind myself of is the energies, whether in the physical or in the spiritual, that would love to see me sit down on my destiny, love it when I succumb to my mind just racing. It's nothing for the mind to race. That's no judgment. But when I just feel like I gotta stay there, and I'm just letting it just run amok and like take control and like bully me, they love that, whatever these energies are. And so I start saying, you know what? I answer to my destiny. That's something I encourage you all to do. I freaking answer to my destiny. I'm not answering to my runaway train track mind. And my destiny says do, and I put my hand up to my ear. What you want me to do right now, destiny? You want me to go exercise or whatever, right? So I just really encourage you all to um another thing I've been saying to myself is stay in the body. Stay in your body, Tyra. You ain't in your body right now. Let me tell you what. You look. Um, the present moment is saying your body is here with me, but your mind is on the other side of town. Y'all know I'm not gonna sing that song out loud, right? Y'all know I'm not gonna sing it, but I did give y'all the words, and I already know y'all hear. Y'all hear it. Yes, Maya. I am safe. I am grounded. I am secure. Yes. And I do believe in manipulating the body to make that happen. Tap, dance, meditate, do your breath work on do the energy medicine. Okay. It's important to actually get our energy moving in the body, right? That's part of how we can get ourselves grounded. Um, you might have to eat food that grounds you more. You want to make sure if you're out there flying, your mind is just out there, even if it seems like it's like the best diet on the face of the planet. Sometimes you might have to just be like, not today. I got to ground myself. I just need to be in my body, right? I remember I had a friend when we were initiating. Maybe it was afterwards. All of us at the time were raw foodists. Um, and or maybe I had stopped being a raw foodist or something. I don't know, but she was definitely like hardcore, hard raw foodist. And she went to my godmother and was like, "Man, it was like she was just like out there all the time, just constantly like in the spiritual space or that's what her reality was, the spiritual." And my godmother was like, "Eat beef. You need to eat some beef." She was like, "You need to get grounded." um, so yeah, I say eat foods that ground you and do anything that will anchor you in the body. Okay. That's what we definitely want to pull ourselves back from that. And it's Capricorn. So Capricorn is a very grounding energy. And it's grounded because it's like, hey, let's get real. What do we need to get real about in our lives? And now we're going to start feeling like all this energy and action for working on, like, okay, I've just gotten real with myself. This is what I'm going to do because this is what I need to do to get to where I want to go. I'm going to share really quickly and then I'll read some more comments. The first affirmation is I am focused. It is so perfect for this week. The astrological energy. I devote my energy to what truly matters. I am focused. And this is um, let me see. This is a sentiment that we will have for, I'm trying to see, when do Mars and Venus part ways? Dang. Oh my God. Mars and Venus are going to be together forever. Gee, Mo, Nettie. 8, 9, 10. Oh my gosh. We're going to be having this sentiment well into March. Well into March. Maybe until right around Aries season, and then Aries is just gonna pick up where we left off. But yeah, Mars and Venus, they're just traveling together until uh around March 21st, 22nd, something like that is when she starts going on ahead and opening up the gap. Yeah, yeah. But I mean, that's still pretty close, actually. I'm gonna say, yeah, to the last week, next to the last week, however you want to look at it, of March. It's gonna be really a lot of energy of we're getting ready to focus and make our desires happen for us. And so I just encourage you all to understand this energy of get focused. And it's so funny because earlier today I was doing, I don't know if you have heard of 5 by 55. So I was writing out 5 by 55 for my weight because I've just decided, this weight is gonna come down. I'm tired of playing around with myself. I have no excuse. Um, Weight's got to come off. And so I started writing out my 5 by 55s, and I like listening to um inspirational, like an inspirational video or something when I'm writing it out. So I feel all in the mood. And I turned on one that's like inspiration for people who wanna lose weight. Man, it was like so Mars, so Ogun, like this man was just like going all in. "This what you gotta do." You know how the athletic coaches talk, it's like that kind of athletics. Typically, I'm like, "I need softness when it comes to losing weight. Please don't, it's so hard. Don't treat me like this," or whatever. Oh, I was just like, "Yeah, Mars conjunct Venus. I am here for it. Give it to me, coach. Give it to me. Grab me up in my collar and just tell me the truth. As my mama would say, the true truth, the raw truth." And I was just like, Mars with Venus. Okay. Got me listening to coach energy. That's what this is, in my opinion. I am focused. It's like working with a coach, an athletic coach, a personal trainer. And so, yeah, where's my other one? Now, the next one that I think matches Venus. Oh, let me hold on one second. I am strong enough to over this is from Peg. I'm strong enough to overcome obstacles and venerate my ancestors this life cycle. Asheo. And it is so. You got this. I am strong enough to cause a spiritual shift within my bloodline. It is so, Peg. You got this. You got this. Yes. Awareness is important. Agreed. I know it's deep, but that's been given to me for it, and it keeps coming up, and I keep saying this to myself. Yes, it's best to go with these messages that you're getting, Peg, even if it's deep, when it doesn't sound hyperbolic or dramatic or anything. It's the work that many of us have come to do, but don't know. So it's so beautiful that you do realize that. I needed to hear that too because these energies are strong right now, shifting karma on every level. This is such a good time for shifting karma. I cannot overstate it. And you'll want to. You'll be like, you know what? I just got to face it. This is what we're going to do. I'm facing what I need to face and I'm getting this done. I love getting out this goddess guru every day. Come back tomorrow too. Thank you, Eileen. Yes, beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna go back to this one. Going back to the affirmations. I am limitless. I remove my self-inflicted boundaries to reach my fullest potential. I love that. I remove my self-inflicted boundaries to reach my fullest potential. So I'm gonna tell y'all. I talked about that earlier because I don't all the time look at everything. I'm just like, let's just make it a surprise. And so I didn't know I was going to actually say what I said about looking at the boundaries and looking at the agreements, looking at your beliefs around what is possible for your life. Because Saturn, Capricorn, it's this energy that it has a lot of fear in it. I'm not going to lie, and you can face your fears. You can face the fears that perhaps are keeping you more in a disempowered place. You can face the fears around like, can I achieve my desires? Do I deserve to achieve my desires? Um, and so, it can restrict, well, Mars and Capricorn, it's like you're gonna get it done. It's like, no question, this is what's gonna happen. And so yeah, I encourage you to also think about uh, the boundaries and the agreements, the beliefs that limit you. This is what this is talking about. You're wanting to release the ones that limit you. You want to set it up so that you know that you are limitless. And what else was I gonna say? I gotta go back to today. Yeah, because sometimes I feel like it's easy to say, but it's not always, um, it's not always easy to do. But I'm telling you, this is what needs to happen. We must consider ourselves to be limitless beings who can manifest whatever we want. Now, we may have to figure out how to consciously manifest it. We may have to practice it, but I can tell you one thing is for sure. If you want to manifest something, the belief that it is possible has to be there. The belief that it's possible has to be there, which means you have to expand. Even if you don't go straight to I'm a limitless being, you could go to, but I know I can go further than what I've done gone thus far. You can say that. You can at least believe, I know I haven't manifested it up to this point, but I'm willing to believe it's possible. Very important. And this energy can help us to bust through anything that keeps us from operating as a limitless being. And the energy that I love working with when it comes to the sky is the limit, is the goddess Newt. So I encourage you all to, if you want to work with this energy, call on Newt. Newt is infinite potential. She is the sky and the stars, all the wisdom is in her. She reflects us, to be honest with you all. So that's who I call on when I need that energy of the sky is the limit. It's like Mama Newt. And then I just take that time to just look at the sky and to believe that me and that sky are one and the same. That sky represents the infinite potential that is within me. That is what Newt really is. Yes, she is a sky, but the sky reflects the infinite potential that lies within you. So, yes, work with the goddess Newt this week. I am limitless. I remove my self inflicted boundaries. What self inflicted boundaries are you putting on yourself? How many times do you say something to yourself that is contrary to the place that you are headed, the direction of your desire, the direction of your destiny? How many times you're like, well, maybe not me. This is why representation matters. We have to see people who look like us, who inspire us in some kind of way. We have to see that they're succeeding because if they can do it, it is a reflection and we witness it. It is a reflection of what we can do. And sometimes we just have to model other people. Okay. Sometimes it's like, okay, I'm going to do like, that's how I've built websites. That's how I've like pretty much built my business. Sometimes I'll literally turn on a video and they'll give me step 1. I pause the video, I go do step 1. Go back to the video, step 2, modeling. Next thing I know, I got a full-blown website, right? So it's possible. It's wholly possible in your life. So let's just keep on with this energy that we're working with. Yes, working with the ancestors is powerful and shifting. I'm looking at comments. As a child of Oya, being and encompassing the breath and breath work through unfathomable, uncomfortable emotions, so important for everybody. Beautiful. Okay, let's see here. Yes, I love all that you all are sharing. Beautiful. Key to the kingdom. Yep. Okay, so the next one that I'm going to share with you, I love this oracle. I love, love, love this oracle. It is called Beyond Lemuria. And the card that I pulled for you all today is number 25, freedom. Is this not the same thing that we've been talking about? And it's, all this breakthrough energy, it is so Mars. It is so Mars that can help us get a breakthrough. Pluto is there also. The Mars and Venus eventually will conjunct with Pluto. If you want a breakthrough, I think this month is a month to get a breakthrough. And sometimes breakthroughs are not everything is so bad, and now I just broke through the bad. It can be that. I do think if you're experiencing something that's very challenging, you can get a breakthrough. But sometimes the breakthrough is, man, I've been working on this for a while, and it seems like it's going nowhere. You know how people say, don't give up 2 minutes before the miracle? Or someone might get momentum going that they didn't have before. Like they've been working and testing and trying things out. And it just seems like, man, I'm never going to figure out how to do this. And all of a sudden, we can get a breakthrough from now through the end of March, is what I say. So, freedom says, here are the key words: live the life you love, or living the life you love. Liberation as a shift in perspective. The many facets of freedom. Inviting enjoyment and inspiration into your life. Discovering what freedom means to you. Overcoming limitation. Unbound creative expression. Choice over obligation. And when I tell you, like, I just pulled this card, I don't even know what these cards mean yet because this is a new oracle. But once I read this, I was like, wow, this so matches the energy of this week. And so, one of the key words, or, freedom, liberation, that is definitely possible. And where does it come from? They're saying something as simple as a shift in perspective. And so let me just read what it says here. Bring a deeper sense of freedom to a situation. A limitation may be a state of mind. A limitation may be a state of mind. A shift of perspective can help bring a sense of lightness and choice. And I call that reframing. It may be that you just need to reframe what you're looking at. I'm trying to think of anyone who I can talk about with the reframe. But a reframe is like saying, okay, this didn't work out. What does it mean? What is the opportunity here? And what can I learn from it? Versus, I knew it wasn't going to work out. Like, I know I must be like the worst person. I have like the worst luck. And of course, things don't work out. So our minds, they're going to go there. Our minds will go there. But we have to catch our minds and say, that's not empowering me in this moment. That's not helping. Is that helpful? It's not helpful. Not going to do it. And so now it's like, okay, I didn't get the job. So what does this mean? Like, does this mean is something else out there for me? Do I need to tweak my resume? We don't want to create stories because that's what these beliefs that we have are about. It's like we've created a story. Just our life actually is one long story. And it's all about what are you telling yourself? And so this week, the Lemurian Oracle is asking you to look at the stories that you're telling yourself and see, can you get a new, fresh perspective that's more empowering and expansive? A shift in perspective, also consider what freedom looks like to you in the bigger picture of your life. If you're feeling stifled in an environment, it is up to you to make a change. That is totally what this week is about. This whole month, really, and into April. It's honestly about you saying, my life is up to me, and making some choices. And the way I look at it is oftentimes I feel like there's a lot of doors in my consciousness. And a lot of times I will not want to walk through that door to get to the other side, which is what I want. It will seem like that door is hot. It will seem like I might pass out if I walk through the door. It will just seem like the one thing I absolutely cannot do. And then I have to say to myself, well, nobody's going to make these things happen in my life if I don't take this action, if I don't go on ahead and make choices that are taking me in that direction. Right. So, one of the things that we teach in NLP is we are 100% cause for our lives. Doesn't mean we cause everything that we experience, but we take ownership 100% for everything that happens. If a mess has been made, we will find a way to clean up that mess. We will do our best to not create messes in our lives, and we will do our best to operate from a place of knowing we can take empowered steps, even if it's baby steps, in the direction where we desire to go. And sometimes the baby steps, which is what this card is saying, is Change the way you think. Look at what's on your mind and make a decision. I am only going to think thoughts that take me in that direction. Now, one thing that I encourage you to do this week is to have a plan for, where is it that you want to go? And then, you can't always plan out all the steps, but there are certain things we can make plans for. And then you want to have the beliefs that only take you in that direction. You create a plan. I don't know if this plan is good or not. I'm not sure. I saw so and so doing something else. Should I do that or should I go on ahead and stick with my plan? And you have to make a decision. When I make a plan, I stick with my plan. And if I change my plan, it is because I've had a conscious discussion with myself, maybe done a few readings, consulted with people who know more about what I'm doing than I do, and then I will change my plan. It's like you have to have these conversations with yourself about how you're going to be approaching whatever it is that you want to achieve. But it's all about you realizing it's only going to happen if I choose to make it happen. Okay. Add pleasurable moments. Now, I love this. I love this. Add pleasurable moments or practices that cultivate a sense of greatened freedom in your day-to-day life. That's that Venus energy. We want to begin to attach, sometimes when we don't feel like working out, maybe we turn on just the right music. I mostly work out here at home, and sometimes I turn the volume all the way down on the video and turn some music on. And so now I just have to watch what the trainer is doing in order for me to know what to do. But it's like the only way I'm going to get through this workout is if I have some music on that I really like. Um, or, when it comes to doing mundane things, um, maybe, if it's something that you have to do that's not super fun, like some essential oils, some incense, set the tone. How can you bring more pleasure into your life, your day to day life? If you're currently experiencing greater freedom, you may be feeling settled. We're taking this in a new direction. And I remember feeling this when I stopped working outside the home. I was just like, I don't even know what to do with myself. So it was very unsettling after having gone to school my whole life, worked. Then all of a sudden at 30, maybe it was 33, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I don't even know what to do. Um, if you're currently experiencing greater freedom, you may be feeling unsettled. Consider whether it is the kind you were looking for. If you feel ungrounded and lost, perhaps you could add some structure to your world to optimize your freedom. And I know that all too well because when I first started staying at home with my kids, I didn't have a schedule. Like I didn't really know how to live off of a clock. And finally, I had to put structure in. It was like I told myself, when I get up in the morning, I'm going to do this, 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 and this. Like immediately take off the night clothes. Like I got to a point where I was like, I will never walk around the house all day with my night clothes on, unless it's that kind of a day. But day to day, for the most part, wake up, put on some different clothes. It was like I had these routines down, this little schedule down, and I got so much more done. And I enjoyed having that much freedom. It's not always fun if you don't know what to do with the time. I know it sounds crazy, but it's really, really true. Mm-mm. Let's see here. Yes, I love this dragonfly. I received the Odoo indicating I'm to initiate into SFM. I think it will help me a lot. Yes. Join me for SAI next time. The path to SFM is SAI. And I will open up SAI sometime later this year. But yeah, join us. I see you definitely being an SFM priestess. Eileen, I'm going to have to check that song out. Yes, my hard work is paying off. Very good. Very good. I love that, Maya. Okay. Staying disciplined is self-love from my rebellious inner child. I love that. Yes. Love it. Yes, Rachel, limitation is a state of mind. It really is. It all you have to do is test it. I'm going to tell all of you all to be my aunt. My aunt is a scientist. Test it. Test everything that I'm saying. I'm telling you that that phrase, the sky's the limit, is true. It's just what we allow ourselves to believe. It's just part of the human, how we're designed as humans is how does the infinite energy of the universe that created you, me, the planets and the stars, how does it reduce itself into a body and the consciousness of, space-time continuum? It has to accept limits. It has to accept limits. And that's just how we're designed. And so what we have to, as we awaken, part of the joy of being in the space-time continuum is awakening and saying, "I don't have to be like that. I don't have to think like that. I don't have to do like that." We do it all the time. There used to be a time when every last one of y'all 100% believed something. And then one day you were like, "Oh, that ain't, that's not it. That's a lie. It's just not true. I don't even know how I fell for that." We'll say that to ourselves. How did I not see this? Um, it's just here in the mind. We shift our beliefs and then we have a new belief, you know? That's just how it is. It's really that simple, but what happens is it takes a while because our consciousness is like on a a train track, and until we pull a lever to send it in a new direction, the way we are designed is we're designed for repetitive things to be repetitive. It's how we're actually able to systematize our lives so that we don't have to think about everything all the time. Like we can sometimes literally walk through our house in the dark. We've done it so much that it's now like muscle memory, right? That's how we are designed to be. And so, in order to go in a new direction, you have to pull the lever. What is that? A new belief. But before it is set in stone, your consciousness is constantly going to be trying to bring you back to homeostasis, and you just have to say, "No." You know how we talk about a new normal? No, our new normal is this over here. We used to do this, but we're doing this over here now. And you just have to hold that vibration, hold that thought, call yourself back to that thought. Every time your subconscious mind is trying to send you back to the old normal, the default, you tell it, "No, it's a new default." And before you know it, you're just doing something new and different. We see it all the time. Somebody was like A, something happened, and now they're like B. That's by design. We may not all the time understand. They just made a choice. I ain't living like that no more. This is how I'm living. That's all they did. That's how everybody, for the most part, as far as I'm concerned, not an expert at this, but as far as I know, and this is what it worked for me, everyone who got out of an addiction, most people who got out of an addiction just said, "I ain't gonna use it no more. I'm not gonna do this anymore," because it's not all the time about substances. People are addicted to everything. They just decide, no longer my addiction. Now, it might be a little bit of a hard path coming out of it, depending on, like, are you out of that environment, or is there something going on in the body that you have to address? Might be a little bit, to back up out of it. But everyone I've watched that gave up an addiction, they just said, I refuse to do it anymore. I'll just have to figure out how to survive without it because I'm not doing it anymore." And that's it. Change the mind, change the belief, change the thought. We can do this. The sky's the limit. Work with Newt. Beautiful, beautiful, Maya. Yes, wear those lighter colors. You're speaking my life. 33 and really looking at homeschooling and cut back working. Nice. Mainly staying at the home. The sacrifice is real and worth it. And sometimes, Peg, what ends up happening is once you make that decision, it opens up the door for, maybe it's your husband is going to make more money because you had so much faith and you given up whatever you're doing to stay home with the kids. You have complete and utter faith See, what ends up happening, a lot of us, we're like, I know this is what I'm supposed to do. But then we still bring the doubt with us. I'm so guilty of this. So it's no judgment. And so what I'm learning is like 100%. And I know I sound sometimes a little bit overzealous to some people, but this is what works for me. Make it your own. I tell myself either I believe in the power of the universe or I don't. There's not going to be any in between with me. I tell myself, you're either all in or you're going to just sit over here and waffle, but you're not going to complain to me. Look, yeah, I talk to myself like that. You can sit over here and cry and be all nervous and worried and, just like splashing around a pool, acting like I don't know how to swim. I'm like, you can do that if you want to. Or you can say 100%, this is going to work out for me. It takes a little bit of practice. Let it happen once or twice where you're like, oh, can't nobody tell me the universe didn't show up for me. Can't nobody tell me my ancestors didn't turn up for me. All you got to do is have it happen a few times where you declare it. This was going to happen in my life. Next thing you know, everything is working out better than you thought it could. Better. So I just encourage you, if that is your desire, and if that is where you decide, this is what I'm going to do, working less, going to be at home more, me and a husband, we're going to figure this out with the universe, with the ancestors, and you have unwavering faith. You just say, I don't have to exactly know how it's going to work out. And sometimes it's better that we don't know how it's going to work out because the universe will bring something better to us than we can imagine. And that's the sacrifice I made. I did not plan on being a stay-at-home mom. I wanted to be one because my mom had, given that to me as a value. But I had like a little part-time jobs here and there. When I first started staying at home with my first son. And then when I got pregnant with my second son, I was a substitute teacher. And I told my husband, I really regret getting pregnant right now, knowing that I'm going to be breastfeeding a baby and going to make just a little bit of money, um, substitute teaching. He was like, don't substitute teach anymore. Just stay home. And I had to talk to my mother-in-law. She had been a stay-at-home mom for a while. She was like, it's going to work out. I promise you. It is you don't, I'm telling you right now, she was a devout Christian. She was like, God going to work it out for you. I was like, really? She was like, trust me, everything is going to work out. At this point, Peg, I don't even know. I don't even know what it means to be a working mom for real. I've had a part-time job for a number of years, like in dance and fitness, but like I can't even imagine at this point what I don't know what it's like. I watch my friends who've done it. I don't know, and it's not. And I mean, it's a trade-off. I've had, like wondered, like, did I make the wrong decision? I didn't. I didn't. I have no regrets. But I see people's careers taking off, and that's what I was designed to be, a career woman. But I decided to stay home with my children. And so, it worked out. It really did. And I don't think anything about it now. Boys before, I was sweating bullets and everything. And y'all can use this as an example. It may not be the same conversation and decisions and choices as Peg and me, but there's something that you perhaps want to take a chance on. And I just say, you have to begin to shift and believe it's possible. I am limitless. And the universe will begin to show you how to shift your inner world. Like like I said, walking through those doors, the universe will be like, walk through that door. I don't want to do this. I'm scared. I don't know if it's going to work out. Well, you're not going to ever know if it's going to work out if you don't freaking go through that door. And it's an internal door. It's called fear. It's called um, nervousness. And once you start getting to the outer bounds of what you allow yourself to be what you allow to be possible for yourself, it feels terrifying because you're going in a direction that you're not certain of. Yes, get your readings, understand your cycles to know, is this like the most auspicious moment for me to make this decision? Really, what part of the cycle am I on the journey to my desire? Where what am use the oracle. That's what I'm here for. That's what other people who do readings are here for. We're here to help you understand timing and how to, make the right choices at the time that's going to get you the best result. That's why I come on here week after week. This week, overall, it's a really good time to do fill in the blank. This is what the energy is like speaking to. Because my thing is, there's no reason for us to be sitting stuck, confused, wondering, how do I move? Why are things not working out? When we live in this modern day world and can get readings, can do our own readings. Do your own readings if you need to. Okay. Um, but at some point, it's a door you're going to have to walk through to get to where you want. And it'll feel like, I just don't know if I'm actually live. If I walk through that door, you're going to live. Because it's been too many people who came before us that have said, this is what I want in my life. And you want me to tell y'all something else? Sometimes I look at African Americans in particular, who, the Inventions, Black Inventions Museum, or artists. I look at, people who um, were in movie, film, acting on stage, singing when it was like black and white TV for real, right? Um, and I think, you know what? They had every excuse to not go for whatever it is they were doing. They had every excuse to not do it. And there were so many who scratched, clawed, and fought to make whatever it was that was in them come out. I feel like in some regards, they were less limited than us. And it is because it was almost like their back was against the wall. They had no choice but to just go for it. And I think that that's one of the greatest lessons that we can learn from Black history. And I'm certain that it's in the Caribbean also, because those of us with this history, it's very, very special. It is not just one of oppression. And it's one that everybody gets to learn from, because my ancestors are great. This is one of the messages I want to bring. My ancestors are great. I don't perceive them as oppressed people. I perceive them as all powerful. They were very intelligent and evolved souls in order to be able to come here and endure all of that, right? And so I think to myself, if I really want to know how to get ahead, I need to go. And it's actually, when I really think about it, it's a lot of people's ancestors who it was like, well, I don't have nothing to lose but to go for this. It's like the only thing I have right now is my hope and my dream. And I got a little bit of something to work with. And I'm just going to see what the universe can help me, how the universe is going to help me do it. They may not have used those words, but that's what they did. All we have to do is go back into history and look at what did ancient people do. For me, I often look at my ancestors, African American ancestors, and I say, okay, I have to just go for it. There's no reason not to. It's like, if they can do it, so can I. These people had a very high belief in their destiny, and I'm just encouraging you to do the same. Beautiful. I'm a divine alchemist. I'm the magician of my own life. Love it. Y'all are doing great. Oh, I'm loving all the conversation. I won't read it all just so I don't make the video way too long. Okay, Peg. She says she receives this wisdom. Yes. PRN. Okay, that's nice. Yeah. I'm telling you, you can create whatever reality you want. It's just, are you willing to let go of your current belief system that's not allowing you to have it? I'm finding that the more I just say, I don't believe that anymore, because when I die, having lived my destiny is that important to me. And I know to some people I sound overzealous, but that's just how I feel. When I die, I want to have done what I came here to do. And what did I come here to do is what I feel I desire to do. I desired to be a stay-at-home mom. I desired to be a homeschooling mom. I desire to have an online business. I desire to be a spiritual teacher, a spiritual coach, somebody who helps people, helps empower women in their spirituality, teaching ancient wisdom, sharing the goddess tradition. It's in me. I can't shake it. This is what I desire. I don't have this online business all figured out yet. I'm still figuring it out. But guess what? This is what I'm going to do. And I will shake whatever belief. I had to shake the belief of, Well, I went to college. I got a bachelor's degree and I have a master's degree, and I'm getting ready to stay at home with my kids. Yep. Ain't nothing wrong with somebody with a lot of education staying home with their kids. Yes, ma'am. That's what you're gonna do. And I gotta give up making money. Like I'm not gonna have my own money. And my mother-in-law was like, correction, yes, you will, because your husband's money is your money too. I'm like, yeah, but I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm willing to give it up. I'm willing to live on a budget. I'm willing to give up wondering, can I homeschool or not? Like, I never really knew anybody who homeschooled. I knew a couple of people, but I wasn't raised up watching this. Like, can I homeschool? I don't know. I'm just crazy enough to believe I can. You know how that's how black folk talk. I'm just crazy enough to believe I can do it, right? And so, I just will shake whatever fear of messing my kids up. Okay, I'm shaking that. I ain't gonna mess my kids up. I just started telling myself, I am not gonna mess my children up. I will only do a good job. My kids will be like, she was amazing. She was freaking amazing. I would just have these conversations with myself, maybe multiple times. hmm I know Eileen can relate to that. She was talking about being a nurse, and it's just too much. Good for you, Peg. Good for you. Virgo bliss. I am limitless. Nice. Nexus facing. Yes. Yes. And I'm willing to sacrifice me being thinking I can't have that. I didn't sacrifice money because my family has always been taken care of. Some kind of way, the money was already there. So it wasn't even that I sacrificed money. I sacrificed belief that I couldn't have this. That was the real sacrifice. That was the real sacrifice. So, all righty. This has been awesome. Is there anything else I want to tell y'all? Yes, I love talking about spirituality. I want to know, as time goes on, how all of this is unfolding for you all. I would love, love, love to know, how is all of this unfolding for you all? All righty. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you. And I should be good, Peg. I should be on in the morning for meditation. So, y'all join me for mindfulness practice and a spiritual chat in the morning. We'll have a good time. So, y'all have a wonderful rest of the evening. Have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful month. It's our time, y'all. It's our time. Let's go on ahead and be like Newt, the goddess Newt. The sky is the limit. Let's go for it. All right, y'all take care. Oh, hold on. Let me do this real quick. Let's do this. Here we go. I don't know if Eileen is still here. All righty, y'all. Take care. Peace and love. Goddess blessings be upon you all. Thank you, Nexus. I love y'all out there. I love y'all. Stay blessed, Zellico. You too. Thank you. Look, we're going out with Zellico's comment. All right. Thank you all. Love you.